Please be seated. Deputy Chair, Vice-Chancellor, graduates and guests, on behalf of the Dean of the Faculty, I am delighted to welcome everybody to this ceremony for the conferment of awards for undergraduate and regional university students from Innovation North at our Headingley campus.
Deputy Chair, Vice-Chancellor, graduates and guests, I'm delighted to present Fethullah Gülen for the award of Honorary Doctorate of Education. Fethullah Gülen is a Turkish Muslim scholar, opinion leader and peace activist. He's regarded as the initiator of the transnational, faith-inspired civil society movement, generally referred to as the Gülen movement, although Gülen himself does not approve of this phrase and prefers to call it a movement of volunteers. He's motivated millions to engage and invest in sustaining peace and in improving community relations through non-denominational education and intercultural dialogue. Professor Louis Cantori describes Gülen as an authoritative intermediary between the Sunnah and the Quran on the one hand and modern Western thought on the other. And Professor Greg Barton says that his example is one that speaks loudly not just to the Muslim world but also to the West. The Gülen movement is now active around the world through non-denominational education, intercultural dialogue, media outlets, relief charities and hospitals. The movement is local, civic and autonomous, and its primary purpose is to contribute towards developing a fully humane society, durable peace and greater understanding. Gülen asserts that we are human first, Muslim or of any other religion or culture next. He stresses the importance of serving the community in which we live and is against any form of terrorist activity or violence. He was one of the first Muslim scholars to publicly condemn the attacks of 9/11 and unequivocally rejects suicide killing, whatever the circumstances and context. Such a conciliatory approach, originally motivated by faith, yet geared to serving all people regardless of faith, is uncommon and refreshing. Fethullah Gülen was actively promoting interfaith and intercultural dialogue long before 9/11. His emphasis on dialogue is not as a reaction to such terrorist threats, although he recognises that dialogue will undermine terrorist ideology and support. Gülen's emphasis on dialogue is based on the view that it is necessitated first and foremost by our very humanity. Gülen began to encourage the founding of schools as early as the 1980s. When asked whether more mosques should not be opened, he is reputed to have replied, "We have enough mosques, we need schools." And to date, over 1,000 schools of primary, secondary and tertiary level have been established in over 110 different countries. These schools are particularly important in conflict or post-conflict regions such as Afghanistan, Pakistan, the Philippines, Bosnia-Herzegovina, southeast Turkey and northern Iraq, where they help to break down community tension and provide scarce education to both boys and girls. Dr. Michael Grasskemper notes that due to the spread and popularity of Gülen schools, the movement has become more than just a faith-based movement battling localized issues. It has instead become a worldwide educational movement that seeks to build a more peaceful world through dialogue and cooperation. I will conclude with some of Gülen's own words. Be so tolerant that your bosom becomes wide like the ocean. Become inspired with faith and love of human beings. Let there be no troubled souls to whom you do not offer a hand and about whom you remain unconcerned. Vice-Chancellor, for the award of Honorary Doctor of Education, I present Mr. Özcan Keleş, who will receive the award on behalf of Fethullah Gülen.
Deputy Chair, Vice-Chancellor, graduates, parents, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to begin by conveying Fethullah Gülen's heartfelt gratitude to the university for the conferment of this honorary doctorate, which he accepts on behalf of all people who strive tirelessly for education and dialogue. Unfortunately, and as you can see, Fethullah Gülen is sorry for not being able to be here with us this afternoon due to poor health. Can I say how privileged I am to be sharing the joy of so many of you and their loved ones on this special day, and extend Fethullah Gülen's congratulations to all of you graduating today. Fethullah Gülen considers this award as recognition of the work and efforts of what is known among some circles as the Gülen movement, or what he himself prefers to call a movement of volunteers. By honoring Fethullah Gülen, the university honors all of us who are inspired by his teaching and his example. This award, therefore, connects the university with millions of people across the world who, I can assure you, are thrilled by this recognition. The aim of Gülen's lifelong work, and that of the movement he inspires, is to contribute towards the development of a more humane society which is committed to the well-being of others. A central theme of Gülen, and as you've just heard, is that we are human first. Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Sikh, agnostic or atheist only next. That this central and single truth necessitates mutual understanding, respect, love and cooperation. What's important to note is that Gülen does not make this claim despite Islam. He makes this claim because of Islam. You'll hear him often quoting the likes of the 13th century mystical poet Yunus Emre, who says, "We love the created because of the Creator." Mevlana Rumi, the Sufi master, who says, "Come, come whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving. Ours is not a caravan of despair. Come, even if you have broken your vow 1,000 times, come, yet again come." He explains that we can only achieve a more humane, loving and peaceful society if we develop a sense of responsibility and consciousness towards each other and the rest of existence. With that sense of responsibility, he teaches that we should invest in education and in dialogue. In dialogue because it's humane, it's natural, it's organic to engage with one another. In dialogue because only through dialogue can we come to know, understand and love each other. In education because education, well, it's valuable in itself, regardless of its instrumental advantages and outcomes. In education because it enables and empowers individuals to better their condition, to achieve prosperity, and to have the confidence, as you have, to engage with the wider world. From pulpit to lectern, articles to books, Gülen has tirelessly encouraged social responsibility, constructive activism and positive outlook. Through these teachings, Gülen has inspired a transnational movement, a movement which is civil, independent, non-partisan, and held together through shared ideals and principles, some of which I've tried to explain. And what's remarkable about the movement is that it now attracts support and volunteers from among those of different backgrounds, different cultures, different religions or no religion, demonstrating that it is truly committed to shared human values and goals, and that this is not a reactive or newly found emphasis on our common humanity over our respective differences. It is captured in the words of Fethullah Gülen, as has just been recited to you, that we should open our hearts and that we should be accepting and that we should be loving, and that there should be no troubled souls to whom we do not offer a hand and about whom we remain unconcerned. On behalf of Fethullah Gülen and myself, I'd like to wish all students every success in their future careers or studies, and thank the university once more, really, for this recognition and for this award. Thank you very much.